there's a good chance that your calculator history is more embarrassing than your browser history. Joke's on you. I use Google as a calculator. So my calculator history is a subset of my browsing history. I use Google sometimes too, when I'm too lazy to pull out my actual calculator. Until I upgraded to Windows 10, my computer calculator didn't put commas when I was doing large numbers, so I would go to Google and put like 8 billion divided by x and it'd give me the answer. I still do it now when it slips my mind sometimes. I actually have a physical T84 that I was talking about, but yeah, that would be really annoying. I always use Incognito, not because of porn or anything, but because I don't need people to know how I search for the meaning of simple things. Yes, I too use incognito mode on my calculator. Don't need someone asking me why I typed 5,318,008 a total of 379 times on Friday evening. Not bad, kid. Rookie numbers. 3 plus 5 is 8, right? Right? I should say so. You should. But will you though? Learn check with my calculator. What are you doing step function? I have seen every single engineer in my class type 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1 into their calculator at one point or another. Maybe it'll catch something I missed. You know. Just in case. Just accounting for inflation. Where I work I always find myself multiplying x1. I don't have words for that. I think you just caused a system error in my brain. No chance. I'm decent at maths and very indecent otherwise. Chances are you've done 58,008 before though. If only that were the depths of my browser history. Hey, Dave. Can you? SHHHH. I'm on the phone. That's a calculator. Right. Sure. But smartphones all have calculators now. Ergo calculators of phones. Absolutely none of that is how any of that works. Well, whatever. This is still important. You have to look at calculators. Dave. That gets a bit boring after a while. You know. Without sound. Sound, yeah. Half of pornography is the sound. Right? Pornography? I'd offer to show you. But you seem pretty squeamish. Try incredulous. Jet and heat. Anyway, look. See. It's boobs. Well. 5800-8 point. I really should have seen that coming. It's okay that you didn't. It was upside down. What did you even expect boobs to sound like? I wasn't sure. That's why I was listening. So, hey, can I borrow your smartphone? I need to look something up. Apostrophe. I now understand why you have 5 million karma. That was amazing. My browsing history asks questions about how to use my calculator for simple math equations, the last being calculating percentages, because I've forgotten everything I've ever learned about math. So, they're both real bad. You remember when they told us we wouldn't have a calculator in our pocket all the time? So that was a fucking lie. I always understood that argument to mean it's important to actually understand the concepts behind what you're calculating, rather than to just take the calculator's word for it. That if you just blindly punch numbers in, you won't develop a deeper intuition for tackling bigger problems in math. That said, no, Miss Florkzik, I'm not going to evaluate 345 over 793 by hand. My only issue is that I'm terrible at mental math. I can't keep track of all the numbers in my head. But I'm great whenever I'm able to write the numbers down and see everything before me. Yay, my D&D mates make fun of me for that all the time. You can't do arithmetic in your head? Nope. In university we had a physics depth D&D group and literally not a single one of us ever made any attempts to mentally tally damage or whatever. But we sure as s whipped out the trig to figure out exactly how many squares were in AoE circles. And at one point we calculated that our monk could run fast enough to break the sound barrier, which led to a heated discussion of whether he needed to account for sonic booms. What's 2 plus 7 again? PFFFD11. You idiot, it's clearly syntax error. You've clearly never seen my browser history. Police. No, sir. It's not illegal. It's just really fucking weird. Me. Okay. Cool. What have you been doing on a calculator? Typing 5,318,008 and turning it upside down. IDK. Trans girl gets S and pissed on by 8 guys after taking all their loads up the nose definitely is not in my calculator history. You haven't been using your calculator correctly then. This classic from grade school, the year was 1969. Dolly Parton's boobs were too big. She took 51 pills, 8 times a day, and she ended up 6,922,251 x8 wait for it. 55,378,008. What the F? Type it in and turn it upside down. Sweet summer child. There's a calculator history. Someone had a way harder time in math classes than they needed to have. I smash my calculator to pieces every time use it and buy another one so no one can ever find the history of it. #LIFEHACK. I highly fucking doubt that. Bro, this is not an original shower thought. You just took an old shower thought that said that our calculator history is more embarrassing than our browser history and added there is a good chance everything can only be thought of once, don't you know? Not even fucking close. I don't even own one, so joke's on you. Sometimes I'm so burnt out on math I just gotta make sure 2 + 2 = 4. I was just gonna say, I would routinely mess up easy arithmetic just because I went too fast. 8x3 = easy, it's 27. Then carry that error through 10 more calculations. Somehow end up at 372,847,392,747 x 10 carat 2,738. Think back to the start when the professor mentioned that the answer should come out to nice numbers and immediately start questioning everything I just spent half the class period on. During exams, even the 2x7 I gotta check to make sure. I'm 100% sure it is not 7. It's 49, right? But what if it's 48? Or the 42 one? Not if you ask Siri. My search history is just the word spelling / definition version of a calculator history. That means what I think it means, right? And it's spelled like, okay, yes, apostrophe. I remember in like 1st grade people thought that, in addition, just because the numbers swapped there would be a different answer. So 5 + 3 was 8, but 3 + 5 was some galaxy brain problem. No. I have no regrets. That's because I always use incognito mode. Difference is I'm not asking anyone to reset my calculator when I die.